Welcome, Jordan here. In today's video, let's get real. Let's go deep here because there's parts of you that are still waiting for permission. Still waiting for permission to say the things that you know to be true, but are afraid to speak just in case it may piss somebody off. The part of you that is waiting for the money to show up in your bank account for you to then be the person that you say you want to be. For the part of you that is coming across as someone who is timid, quiet, but you know that there is a fire inside you. It is time to let that loose. It's time to let that free. It is time to be you. So let's talk about it. How do you do this? Well, I'll never forget. I'll never forget when I was back in the day and I was running my marketing agency and I was making the transition into what I do now. I knew that there was something wrong with what I was doing. I knew that I was doing the wrong thing. I knew that I was only doing it for the money or because I thought it was the best thing to do. And when I made the pivot, it was one of the best things that I ever did, because leading up to those moments, I was terrified. I was terrified because I was getting closer and closer to what was meant for me. And that pivot was me stepping further into the unknown and further into my authentic self. And this is a journey. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a constant evolution that we are on. But the further we get into this journey of really owning who we are, the more we can grow and expand. And then that is when the results come to us. And this is the game we're playing here, especially if you want to start mastering it from the inside out, where you don't want to be chasing people, chasing clients, chasing opportunities, chasing goals, as if you're on this endless hamster wheel, hoping that one day everything just comes together for you. And I know that's not what you want, because that's not what we're here for. We're here to magnetize the life that we want. We're here to become the person who has that, who owns that, who shows up in that way. And the physical reality just catches up from that. So it's time to own that. It's time to own that. There's a truth within you. Think of one thing right now. If you didn't have to prove anything to anybody, if you got paid millions every single day, no matter what you said, what would you say on social media? What would you say in your relationships? Where would you fully speak about how you feel about something? Whatever comes to mind here, and maybe even journal on this, maybe even write some things down. Play around with this idea. Because the things that are coming up for you, the thing that you're holding back, is the very thing that's going to allow you to attract the right type of people to you, especially if you're growing a brand online. The things that are not said by somebody else are the things that other people are afraid to say. But you know it to be true because it's your truth. It's true for you. You've been on your journey. You've been going through the motions of what it's like to build and grow and master your skill set. But there's still things that you're not saying. What would be that thing? Because in the world of content creation, as you can see online, AI takes over. There's AI everywhere, which is not a bad thing. It's just that when it starts to replace humans, it becomes a bit of a problem, because then we have to start sifting through all this AI generated content. But then there's also all of the coaching, consulting industry. There's the sales professionals, remote sales professionals, and everybody starts to blend in to each other. All the profiles look the same. All the bios look the same. All the promises look the same. But where can you be different? Where can you stand out in the noise of copycats, in the noise of the same, where everybody just says the same thing? And the parts of you that are fully expressed naturally allow you to separate yourself. But that comes from doing the inner work. It always comes back to the inner work. And that's not just because that's what I help people with. It's because that is where the big transformations and shifts come. It's not in a strategy, it's not in a tactic, it's not in something that you do because you can give 100 people the same strategy, the step-by-step process to go ahead and execute on something. And 2 out of the 100 will probably get somewhere. Why not all of them? Because it comes down to your internal wiring, how your mind is wired, what you believe yourself to be, who you believe yourself to be, what is your worldview, your self-perception. How are you wired internally? How well can you sit in the pocket of your own emotions? How well can you hold the frequency when the results don't show up? How much certainty can you have in the process and in yourself as well? How well can you speak your truth and articulate it in a powerful way? All of these things are the differentiation factors. That's where your message becomes unique. It becomes powerful. Even if you're saying the same thing as somebody else, it's transmitted differently. It's the unseen that creates the results, the ripple effect for you, because it's not in what you say, it's in how you say it. And this isn't just across content, it's across your relationships as well, your friendships. All of these different things can be elevated by coming back to your authentic self. And that's a journey. It's a journey, don't get me wrong, to unlock that, because there's layers to it. There's layers of programming that we have to unravel and pull back and really uncover what it truly means to be you. So when we're on this journey of uncovering the authentic self, what does it mean? Well, it means going into the depths of your own soul. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means looking at your shadow, looking at the darkest parts of you, the unloved parts of you, the unseen parts of you, the parts of you that you may have rejected at some point in your life, right? Through childhood or your teenage years or maybe early years or whatever the case is. Looking at those, breaking them down, going through the process of healing those things, and then allowing yourself to carry that energy that gets released from that into the present moment so that it doesn't block you as you move forward. Because the thing is, with these different blocks like fear or doubt or anything, they're not coming from a conscious version of you. They're coming from a past version of you, right? A past version of you that felt that fear, or a past version of you that felt that doubt, or that sense of unworthiness in a past memory, or whatever the case is. Then when that time gets triggered in the now moment, when you experience something, when you are getting ready to post a piece of content, but for whatever reason you start overthinking it, or you start to overthink your strategy, or start to overthink whether something's going to work or not, that fear starts to settle in because it's the same fear that you experienced many, many times before. And until that part of you is rewired and reprogrammed and done with conscious effort on a day-to-day basis, it will continuously show up and you will be blocked by that fear. Now, of course, at some point as well, we just have to move through that. But unblocking the energy is the release that allows that to be actualized in a powerful way. So that's one part of it, going into the depths of who we are. But then it's also knowing thyself, like really knowing you, not your name, not your body, not your height, not your place where you're from, your geography. No, that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about those things. We're talking about truly knowing yourself at the deepest level. How are you wired? How are you wired differently to me? How are you wired differently to your friends? How are you wired differently to your clients? What makes you you? It's the most important question we could ask ourselves, because then you have a blueprint. You have a blueprint for your gifts, your talents, your abilities that allow you to zone in on the strengths that you have and own those fully. Because we all have these different things. And this is where co-creation and collaboration become amazing. Because you have strengths, I have strengths. Let's co-create and create something amazing. Like I like to say with all the clients I work with, it's not me coaching people. Like I don't like to see it that way. We are co-creating an experience that benefits your life and my life as well. We are co-creating something together. And that's why in phase 2 of Modern Mastery, all we do is focus on knowing thyself and in building a powerful roadmap for you based on that. So your roadmap is specific to you, not to somebody else, not because someone gave you a system that worked for them that doesn't work for you. You've experienced this many times. Been through a program, they give you the step-by-step roadmap, but still doesn't work. It works for 2 to 3% of people because maybe they have some of the same similarities, characteristics, archetype as the person who created it. But for many people, it won't work because you have to create your own path. And that starts with knowing thyself. Knowing thyself allows you to unlock your blueprint for success. And when you unlock your blueprint for success and you have the tools and capabilities to clear any of the blocks that come up along the way, tell me what can stop you. Nothing. Nothing. And this is why this work is so powerful. So what are the areas in your life right now where you are blocking yourself, where you are stopping yourself from truly showing up the most powerful version of you, the one that attracts the dream clients that you want to bring into your reality? the ones that pay you the most, not what you think you're worth, not what you think you can make, the ones that pay you the most. What are the situations that you want to find yourself in with your family, with your relationships, with your community? Where can you show up in such a powerful way that you don't even need to say anything? Your frequency is just transmitted around you. When you walk into a room, people feel it. That is the energy that you want to embody. It's all energy. Where in your life are you not owning your truth? That question that we looked at, let's relook at it as we've closed this video. If you were to make $1 million a day, right? Money wasn't a problem. No matter what you said, you would make $1 million a day. What would you say? Because the only tie to this, the only obligation that you have to make that $1 million a day is to speak your truth. What would you say differently than what you're currently saying? How would you show up differently? Truly owning what you are here to do, what you are here to be, and what you are here to say. Think about that. Journal on it. Write some things down about it. Take this as an initiation point for yourself to truly step into this version of you that is simply waiting for you to be that person. Sending you love. I'll see you in the next video. This has been Jordan. Peace.